You are now tuned in to Tear Down and Rebuild. Welcome to the Tar Pit. Hey everybody, and how are you doing? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. It is so good to be back. I was gone for a while, had to try to get some things together, get some things situated, try to redo the way I'm going to be doing this podcast, but I am back permanently, cannot get rid of me. So the way we're going to be doing things from now on, I want to try to do double podcast, one with just me and then one with a guest. The one with the guest has already been done, so I'm going to get that loaded up after I finish this one. The last 2 weeks have been interesting. I kind of fell back. I was going to put up a cast a couple of weeks ago, and then the whole situation with Kobe passing away and Gigi and the Altobelli family. And then there was the coach that was on that flight. There was another player and her mom and the pilot, and there was just a lot. And I kind of sat back and wanted to see where things were going as far as people. And I'm a people watcher, and here is why. When Kobe passed away, it was kind of like when we lost Nipsey. Everybody was in this mode of, we got to get out here and we got to love on people because you never know, and we got to hold on to them, we got to hold them down. And I noticed that although some people were still trying to hold on to that, it did what it normally does. It faded out after about a week or two. So I wanted to see if it was going to be the same thing. And sure enough, I've been kind of observing people who the day it happened and for that whole week, folks didn't know what to do. And trust me, it is traumatizing to even think that he is no longer here. Especially when you think about the fact that there were 3 girls that were only 13 on that same helicopter. I can't even imagine what the families who are still here, like how they're feeling. You know, the Altobelli family had 2 other children at home. Of course, there's Vanessa Bryant, and she's got, you know, her remaining 3 children. Like, I can't even imagine what any of these people are going through. The coach, she had a husband and children. So, you know, these people have families, and they're still trying to deal with that loss. And Kobe meant a lot to the world. He meant a lot. He was motivation for a lot of these young kids. And you've seen interviews with people saying, I only got into basketball because of Kobe. And, you know, little kids who you throw a ball into your little net, or you throw something in the trash and folks are screaming Kobe. Like, he meant a lot. He was inspiration to a lot of us. Whether we played the game, watched the game, you knew who he was. And I was hoping that this was going to be one of those situations where once when you saw something this major, because we haven't had a major loss like this in a long time, when you saw somebody like this going out the way he did, it was sudden. You know, he took helicopters all the time. He even talked in an interview about how he used to drive all the time to the court, and he would try to make it home so he can get the kids up and get them to school, because he traveled so much and he missed so much. When he had the ability to, he didn't want to miss a thing. And he was like, you know, where he lived, it wasn't a lot of people out there at the time. And then more people moved in, traffic got to be congested. And it was like, how can I get to where I need to get to and get back? And Vanessa even offered, she was like, you know, I can do this. I am their mother. But he was like, no, you know, he travels so much. He's gone so much. He misses a lot of things. When he is there, he wants to be there. He was a father for sure. He was a girl dad. And he didn't want to miss anything. And he found out that with helicopters, he could get to where he needed to, and he could go practice, he could work, and he could be back to be, as he said, in the school line to pick his kids up on time. He was in his car waiting there to get his babies from school. So this is a man who took helicopters all the time. It was not new to him. He's been doing it for years. And you do it, you get on your helicopter, you go where you need to go, you get off, you know, he travels a lot. So no one's thinking, well, this is going to be the one time that helicopter is not going to make it. But sure enough, that's what it was. And I said all that to say this, you never know when it's going to be that moment. it's always said that no man know the day or the hour, and tomorrow is not promised. And you hear all these things over time, and it's true. You never know. I could be on this microphone today, and you could find out tomorrow that you'll never hear my voice or hear again. Like, so you have to understand that every single day you have to embrace life, and you have to get out there and do everything you possibly can to make that day count, because you don't know if tomorrow is going to come. And that doesn't mean that you walk around and you live in fear and, oh my God, I could die tomorrow, let me go into, but you have to appreciate it. I have a condition, I've talked about this before. I have a condition called multiple autoimmune syndrome. It means that my body rotates anywhere from 3 to 4 autoimmune diseases. And it's a constant. So I've tested positive for rheumatoid arthritis. I actually have juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. I tested positive when I was very young. And then when I was about 17 or 18, I tested positive for lupus. And I've tested positive for about 2 other conditions. And it's one of those things that you never know when one thing is going to rotate and something's going to pop up, or is everything going in remission, or, I've gotten up to go and do something and all my hair was lost. I suffer from laryngitis like 3 or 4 times a year because my vocal cords swell. Like, I've gotten to the point where at least twice in my life, I could not use my legs. I hemorrhaged and bled for days, and they still to this day could not tell me why I was bleeding. Like things like that. And any of those situations, I could have not been here right now. So you have to embrace that the day. You have to embrace your family. You have to live in the moment. As a society, we spend so much time under stress and pressure, and so much time trying to get to the next big thing and the next great thing that we don't even appreciate the little things. The fact that I'm even doing podcasts now, I appreciate that, because once upon a time, you couldn't get me to talk into a microphone. You can hardly get me to talk on the phone. I don't like being photographed. I don't like being on video, but I made a whole video on my Facebook page, and as reluctant as I was, I posted it, because those are things that I'm not comfortable with and I don't like doing. But I also understand that, if I keep saying, well, one day I'm going to do it, or I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it next week, tomorrow, next week may not come. So you have to appreciate it while you can. And it was kind of disheartening, although I knew it was going to happen. But all these people were talking about love and spreading love, and you got to love, and it was love, love, love. And it was all up in the air. Well, before Valentine's Day even got here, everybody was just loving on folks and everybody was happy. It's been 2 weeks, and it seems like the shenanigans are back. We've gone right back to ignoring each other. We've gone right back to forgetting how to get in touch with folks. We've gone right back to, 1 minute was, oh, I love you too. And then 2 weeks later, can't get a hi, what's up, I love you, fall out, I can't stand you, like nothing. We went right back to what we were doing. And, during those 2 weeks, it was, hashtag the Black Mamba. When Nipsey died, it was the marathon will continue. But has it? Have we really embraced that Mamba mentality? Is that marathon continuing? Are you doing everything you possibly can every single day to make sure that when you put your head to pillow, the people around you know, even if you haven't spoken to them? I'm not saying start stalking people. You don't have to just every day, like, hey, how you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Like, because after a while, that gets to be a bit much. But do the people around you even know that you care about them? Do they understand that, okay, I may be busy and I couldn't call you right now, but I got you. You can call on me for anything. Like, do they know this? Because sometimes you think that people know that you love them and know that you care about them, and they have no clue. And we are now a society that spends so much time on social media You can't pick up a phone and tell somebody, hey, I'm good, or hey, are you good? But I can watch posts flying by all day long from the same folks. Like I know people who won't say two words. You have the ability to communicate so many different ways now. You can call a person, you can send them an email, you can slide into their DMs, you can send them a text. Like, there are so many ways to reach out. And we will get on Instagram, and we'll get on Facebook, and we'll get on Twitter, and we can throw messages all over the place, and we got all these challenges and all this stuff that means absolutely nothing. I don't want to see how many bananas you can shove down your throat. I don't want to watch you lay on your back and pour cereal in your mouth and milk and darn near choke to death for somebody else to eat out of your mouth with a spoon. It's the nastiest thing I've seen. I don't care that at the age of 20 and the age of 40, you still look the same. So what? What have you done with your life in that time frame? It's great that you look good. That's amazing. I applaud you. You look beautiful. What have you done with your life? While you are looking amazing, what have you done for the people around you? What have you done to keep the promises to the people that you swore you would be there for, or the people that you claim that you love? Or forget the other people. What have you done for you? How many of you are living in stress and feeling like you're bogged down and you can't sleep and you can get on social media and make it look like you are living it up. You are living your best life. The truth of the matter is that you're not. When is the last time you've taken some time out for self and really took some time out for yourself? You know, we want to put all this stuff out on social media and make life look like it's one way. And it's not true. Can you imagine what social media would look like if people honestly put up what was happening day to day in their lives? Like, for real? Like, let me throw up this picture. I look horrible. There it is. I've put up pictures online and been like, I look tired. My eyes look like they're sinking in. I'm tired. I work. I take care of a house. I work some more. I do this. I work some more. Like, anybody who knows me well knows I have constantly had at least 2, if not more, jobs at all times. Or I was in school, or it's always something. So, yeah, I'm not going to always look absolutely amazing. I don't always feel absolutely amazing, but I'm always appreciative that I'm still here to have a bad day. Because there are some people who would love to have at least a bad day and can't. They're not with us anymore. And it's sad that we slip back into our same old ways of forgetting to connect with other people, or living our lives on social media the way we wish our lives were really going, and like for real, or taking the time to put out messages on social media to make other people feel some type of way, because you know there are people who are watching you and they feel some type of way about, oh, well, you can go and do this, but I couldn't do that. And it's intentional. You are intentionally putting that message out there to make other people feel bad. You know, so when you see that happening, it puts the thought in my mind that we didn't learn anything. We screamed about Kobe. We cried about Kobe. We fell out. We passed out. We screamed about Nipsey. Everybody was hurt. We were mortally wounded. It took us to the edge. We was ready to fall over. You know, we were all that auntie at the funeral who, why, Lord, why didn't you just take me laying over the casket acting a fool? And by the time you made it to the repast, auntie was cool and all she wanted was a chicken leg. She gonna take a plate home. Who made the potato salad? Let me get some of that sweet potato pie. And completely forgot about all that stuff she was talking when she was draping herself over a casket somewhere. Like, that is what I think of when I see where we are as a people right now. Because we were all talking about doing these great things and really loving our folks, and we were going to connect, and we were going to do all these amazing things, and I was going to open a business, and I was going to check on my friends and family, and I was going to do, and it was a whole lot of hour. It's kind of like listening to New Year's resolutions all over again. Everybody is going to lose weight January 1st. Everybody is eating cheeseburgers by January 4th.